Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great start to the week. Yes, so I'm just really like before I started my prayer and meditation for this reading, I was getting this download. You are 10 steps ahead. You were or you are. Something like that, but it's something like you were 10 steps ahead. But please do take it as how it resonates to your situation. So, meaning there could be something that happened recently, or something that was, or someone, or situation that was, I don't know, trying to manipulate you or something, but you had that feeling. Of course, you must be highly intuitive and divinely protected as well. But yes, speaking of that, let's just cleanse the space and just tune in with the divine energy and get this messages of guidance. Thank you all so much for being here, and that's exactly 1 minute and 11 seconds. I just got a notification. It says like something, there's a word lucky in there, so that reminds me in the previous readings, and that's 1 through 3. So this is like there's progression. And speaking of intuition, your intuition has been so heightened recently, and I'm getting the price that you paid for it was not easy, but it's worth it. So yeah, and you can't just explain it to others. And that's 143144. You can just explain to others, what you had gone through to have all this heightened intuition. And I've been getting this picture of a of a caterpillar and the butterfly when I was in the Glastonbury tour. And also this quote, like, you can't speak butterfly language to caterpillars, so, but they will have their time as well if they chose to. Okay. Haven't used these purple tarot cards set of purple tarot cards, yeah, and that's 222. So let's see. So purple, speaking of intuition, purple. What else we have here? Now, 5 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is that you might feel a little bit like feeling of lack of something, or anything that you feel like there's something's lacking in your life. But I think this is a reminder that you have what it takes to have to experience, you have the right to experience these blessings in your life. And that's all 303. And it's a reminder not to focus on what's not there, but appreciate what's there. Of course, who's there as well. But again, that's when discernment come in. Not only who's there, but what's their intentions at the same time. And that's 3 to 1. Yeah, it's like a countdown. Speaking of countdown, I think there is really something like what you felt was a lost, and that's, my goodness, 333, and that's 9 in numerology. Total, that's 9, which is this year. And I talk about it in my previous reading, especially the one that I pinned in my TikTok profile. So what you thought was lost was there's like just like this closed door. You thought that was closed, but something, it might have opened again, or it will open again, or you are redirected that's 0404 to something better or someone better that will give you much more than what you used to have. Okay. And why? Because after that lost, or anything, betrayal, or anything that happened in the past that make you feel low, or that feeling of lack, you're reminded that you have all the luck in the world, that you are blessed, not just lucky, but you are so blessed. And 3 of Cups here signifies like after that you felt something lost, 444 exactly, as I glanced on the timer, and that you are now celebrating. And if you think you are not there yet, you're on that energy, claim that energy already if that's what you want. But I'm getting majority of this energy that you are now in this state, and you reach this state before reaching this physical manifestation. You could have focused already in this energy before it has arrived, like, but now it has arrived and you're celebrating it to the people closest to you. Three of Cups. It's like the guidance of the stars as well there. Like, you know, I was, oh yeah, last night I came home really late last night, so happy because especially you living in London, it's so rare that I could see the stars. Like where I came from in the Philippines, I used to have like stargazing every night. I could see the Milky Way sometimes early dawn time with my eyes. But yeah, so happy last night, speaking of stars. And I find stargazing as very meditative and healing as well. And that's 555. Yes, even just one bright star. And have you tried that when you, like, using my phone, I take a photo of a star that's really the brightest one, and then that's 0606, and then when I look at my photo, I could see more in there. Like literally looks like, maybe not all constellations, but you know what I mean. Like you can, sometimes you can see it, all of them with your eyes, but you can see them once you take a photo. Page of Pentacles. Oh wow, this is beautiful because, you know, as much as we want huge result quickly, Page of Pentacles is teaching you about patience. And I'm seeing this like a feather, a white feather, which I was seeing, I could see a lot of feathers in one day. Of course, if you have like, I live near where lots of birds. Like yesterday I was in the White Cliff and in Dover, and there just lots of different species of birds there, but there were just some feathers that really stood out to me. Like, it's beautiful. So just reminding you, the star, that you're the star as well, and that's 0707. You're the main character of your life, and you did not let anyone or anything manipulate you. That's 717. And the thing is, once you had gone through all these things, like I could just speak with my own experience, for example, for many years in different situations. Sometimes, I mean, this is the only way how to have that discernment as well. Like I could not really avoid, like sometimes I just don't explain everything when I feel like, oh, this is a bit off, someone or something's a bit off. I just really take it as it is, but heightened up my healthy boundaries. Yeah. Okay. That was like the instruction cards. Ace of Wands. Yes, that fire in your soul, you keep lighting it up, and that's 0808. And that, yeah, speaking of healthy boundaries, you are protecting that, like, you know, like a bubble of white light protecting that fire. But of course you can picture yourself of what sort of color you want to protect yourself in every day, but for me it's mostly like white or gold, purple as well at the same time. Speaking of purple, now you keep pushing in such a way that you keep on focusing on what really lightens you up, and that's really helpful and healing to you as well. Ace of Swords. Now if these people who are trying to, could be one or more people, let's just say that, tried to manipulate you in the past, they got this divine message, like, oh, this like, it looks like the flag of England. You have this like, oops, not this one, like something like that divine protection, that of course you got the message and they got the message as well. Page of Swords. Oh yeah, so these people could have been, I don't want you to be paranoid, okay, but they could have been so intrigued of your life or what's going on. Maybe you stop sharing a lot to these people, you keep your silence, or in honoring yourself more, and you're so protected. Look at that, like your crown is protected. Now what I'm getting is, could be someone in a position or whatever, like physically, spiritually, but I would say in spiritual realm you have this crown really for you, and someone or some people try to imitate you, manipulate you, but I don't know what I'm getting these messages. But yes, I always respect the messages that comes in, as this is a general message. Of course, if you want a specific message for you, you can book a reading with me. And yeah, and then, but yeah, just take it as how it resonates, because I trust you that you trust your soul and you know your soul better, and you built yourself. Like usually in the traditional tarot, you can see that regular Rider-Waite tarot and other like really creative tarots. You can see the tower crumbling, but you passed that stage already and you have built that tower. And this represents yourself. You have built yourself back and more. Not just, you know, when you refurbish a building or something, you're not, usually it's not the same thing, isn't it? Like, I would say you are just really like, it doesn't mean that you don't feel anything anymore or remember what happened, but you focus. This is the thing. That's 1122. You focus on what matters most and who matters most, and the number one person that really matters most is yourself, you know. And that's the stable foundation that you have built within you, and that's what's helping you to be able to go forward in your life and be there for others as well. And that's 1144. Okay, now I've been tuning in for the past days with Lord Ganesh, and yeah, just really guided to use the whispers of Lord Ganesh for more guidance. Okay, and speaking of guidance, yeah, literally, and the 333, and that's 1212. Wow, we are like in a good way bombarded with angel numbers in this reading, and yeah, this is so amazing. Yes, so let's get this one. Guidance 3-3. And like the protection and guidance, like in the spiritual realm, yes, you could have these people protecting you in the physical realm, but you have more protection and guidance in your spiritual realm. And we tend to forget that sometimes, especially when the physical world is kind of overwhelming in different ways. But once you tune in, like closing the eyes, I mentioned this in the previous readings as well, and just tune in, not only that God within, but also those ascended masters surrounding you. Wow. Peacock feathers in here as well. Speaking of feathers, I just saw the bird flying outside. And focus on the joy as well. So 33, you have got 47. 47 is equal to 11, and equals to 11, and that's equals to. And courage. Oh wow, that's so beautiful. And look at that. It looks like the, you know, the strength in the tarot and the 1333. Every time I glance back on the timer, it's just the repetitive numbers, the angel numbers, and that's 50, which is 5. And we have here the lotus, and you could be like a person doing a lot of things at the same time, but also this is a reminder, like you have all this strength, the courage, and again protection. Look at the peacock feather. I was thinking about swan. Peacock feather. And you have this, like, yeah, speaking of force, like stability, isn't it, as well. And looking at reflection. Also, I'm getting here, aside from you doing reflections, or guided to do some reflection in your life, maybe journaling as well. People who try to, you know, plotted something behind your back is like reflecting on it because a plot twist just happened. Why am I getting all this, like, I don't know. I mean, I trust you, that you trust your intuition. Like belonging, and 41, which is 5. And look at the abundance there. Like I said, you focus on what's working, and the abundant surroundings as well. And also, what I'm getting here is you could be receiving some gifts and presents, yes, from the divine, and also in this physical realm, and that's 1515. Look at the back of these cards. Actually, this is like, you have here the lotus and Lord Ganesh in meditation. This is just really like a message on focusing on the good things that are going on in your life. And of course, if you still have people who are really true to you, either one, two, or more, quantity always at last quality. Quality, sorry, it's 1555. I was with the number. Quality over quantity. That's how I see it. Spiritual quest, and that's 40. Yeah, I think there's also a travel coming up for you. And look at the palm trees there. It could be somewhere tropical or in an island, something like that. But yeah, and there is something in this travel that will really connect you with your spirituality. Could be in this place that you are going to as well. It doesn't matter if you're going there for the first time or for many times. Sometimes, like, you go to a place and you're being drawn to go back again because there's something that's new again that you discover or you remember. Like, we have this like a soul grid as well. Like, we have this, like, sometimes our souls are connected with certain places here on earth, and it is very personal experience. Positive outlook 29. Did I just say about looking at the being joyful, looking at the bright side of life? But look at that. No matter what phases of the moon, I mean, whatever phases the moon is still there. That's 1717. Oh, what I'm getting here as well is like, you know, the sun and the moon at the same time. Yes, so positive outlook and the determination to really go forward in your life and appreciate these changes, like what this change or changes are bringing into your life for the highest good of all, not only for you but to those people like maybe were part in your journey, but you know, you have to go on separate ways because you're not in alignment already. Whatever happened, you have to decide for yourself, and that's 1808. Not in a it's not being selfish, it's how you are able to really follow your own path, you know, because not everyone, we're not all sharing. Like, for example, what I'm doing, yes, of course there are other beautiful souls doing readings, but what I mean is not all of us, you know. So yeah, and remember that you have the divine support. And speaking of purple, like, we're ending with this card, like the divine support. Well, I'm been getting like a home as well, like a message about home. And yeah, I think, just to sum it up, it's more of like a message of like, don't, I mean, whatever happened in the past, leave it in the past. And yes, forgiveness of others and yourself, but forgiveness doesn't mean being in that how do you call that one, that energy of, that was 1919. No, being, how do you say, being in that okay, let's just say relationship, whatever forms of relationship it was. And forgiveness is also like setting yourself free from the past. And that's like, I can just picture out like an open lock or a chain being broken. And yes, well, that's it. And I hope that helps. I know for the past readings I was getting like love, very specific love readings, but this one is more of like, you know, self-empowerment, and that comes with it, because that's how you have this, like I said, like strong foundation within you, because you can't be relying your joy to others, because others are going through something as well. And the only thing here is a lot of people will say a lot. I mean, it's not being judgmental, but this is only what I have noticed. Like, those people who have a lot to say about your life are the ones that are not doing anything about their life. So whatever you want to do with your life, as long as you're not, of course, hurting others, and that's your passion, when it comes to your passion or what decision you want to make, I just hope that you do it because, not because of others deciding for you, but for your own, it's your own decision. Okay, so I thank you all so much for being here, and I thought it's just gonna be short, but oh, before I end the reading, so this beautiful like long stem roses behind me, it's just so beautiful, that the color, if you see my profile picture here, and those like same colors of these roses, so that's 2121. Okay, and that's 33, and for me it's like, it's really like Christ like number. And yeah, I think I think that's it. And thank you all so much for your all positive energy exchanges, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care, everyone.